14 litter here. Those would be sired by Claus. Claus would be the heavy hitter son that A.J. Lewis and Kim Lewis and family would have raised. That sells for $100,000 to McCoy here earlier this summer. Excited to see how those pigs have been. Have fed here so far. It feels like there's been a pile of them that have sold for really good money, especially for AJ. I don't know that he's ever used a boar as hard as maybe what he's used him. Just sells one last night, actually, in the power female sale for a pretty good chunk. And so those Claus pigs look like they're going to do extremely good. And the mother of these would be our BB15 blurred vision sow that would have came from Zach Schwecke. That sow's done an extremely good job for us. Most recently would have had a gilt there that goes second in the heavies down there at Indiana. But this would be her stoutest litter. Very excited about what those 14s that we feel like can do. We sold some of those in our last sale that were well received, and feels like these things here have continued to mature and keep coming. All right, 14-4 there on the far side, predominantly Black Hog. Got a little bit of white there on his left rear foot. These would be Claws out of our sow from Schwecke, and I think maybe the smaller, a little more immature of the pair, but I think a pretty high quality bear there. And don't forget too, California you can show in that all black division. So I think both those bears could fit that nicely.
Yeah, I love this pig's proportionality. His height to length ratio and length of spine's like near ideal for today's day and age. Show bear, and has a good look out front and bone and hair. I mean, obviously these things skeleton is to boot and can handle a lot from a feed bucket standpoint. But I just love these things in maturity, and especially this one's proportions. He's short-sighted, and it looks like it's only going to get he's only going to bulk up in mass as we go, and going to be a pretty easy feeder, and could be fun to play with on the feed bucket on different things. So high-quality pig here, and obviously with the way Claus looks and the way that sow is, I think this is a good phenotypic matchup for each other, and we can see that in this pig. Just kind of the genetics behind both of those, and it's coming to fruition here.
Well, and I think from an in-point scenario here where you want to feed that pig for, I mean, I think you could feed him for whatever you'd want to feed him for. I mean, I think that he can go as early as February and then cruise all the way March and maybe even beyond if a guy wanted to hold him together.
It's mid-September. I mean, this
Yeah.
pig could show a lot of places.
Yeah. Multitude of endpoints, and to me, I don't think you guy ought to be scared of a black one either. I mean, I think one, if you can get some muscle in them and get them dark and keep coming with some hair, I think both those pigs could end up in a nice spot.